and I know a lot of people are looking to rent. So what are you doing to protect yourself? Because you've had a great experience with renters.
Yes, absolutely, guys. And so the way I start the process, if I have a unit coming up, I tell everybody, all my resources, whether it be loan officers, real estate agents, and through the restaurant. I have a lot of friends that I've met over the years through the restaurant, so I can call them up and let them know, this is a unit that I have coming up, if you know anyone. Even the previous owner of the restaurant, he invests in properties up here in the high desert, and I call him up. He calls me whenever he needs something. So it's all about networking at this point for myself. But what I love to do also is use social media to my advantage. And I get it out there on the Facebook pages locally. I do Instagram locally. So, and at that point, if people are interested, I have them go pick up an application at the restaurant. And that's the best way I can do it because I have my W-2 income job as well. I can't be at the restaurant full time, but my wife and the hostess or the waitresses can help them with that application. And not only that, they'll probably sit down and have lunch, and boom, it's a hit.
Win-win.
It's a win-win.
A lot of people have the applications outside
Yeah.
just posting up a sign. In the past I had success, but having those applications
Yeah.
ready to do that.
So once I find a prospect or once I get a tenant that's a possible tenant, right, at that point, and I'm going to proceed with the process of screening them. I get their information, their social security number and everything else. And I have an app that I use called Tenant Background Check. And I found this on Google. Just simply looked it up, and it costs $40 to run a background check, credit check, and even if they have any medical expenses as well. So it does a really thorough job. And if they have a 640 and above credit score, then I ask for a certain amount for the deposit. But if they do have less of a credit than 640, then I do ask for an additional amount at that point.
It's for certain compensating factors.
Absolutely.
What are you looking for when you pull that credit? As just your experience. 'Cause you're
yeah.
obviously, what are you looking for from what you've learned, and what's
No evictions, they're the credit, right? They have to show me that, they have to prove to me that they can pay for this rent every month. Just like when you qualify somebody for a loan, it's simply qualifying them for the lease.
Exactly.
The lease
So
agreement.
that number 2 is really important for these 3 things. Kind of
Income,
what you've
yes.
been doing.
Absolutely.
All right, your credit, and then you're like, can you afford this? What's your job? What are you looking into that? And when it comes to the home, it's really the 2-year work history.
Yep.
Not necessarily being at the actual job for 2 years, but when it comes to buying a home, once you're at that 2-year work history, no gaps, and you're solid, man, you're in the game. Even if you have a good work history more than 2 years and something happened through COVID, once you're back 6 months, you're in the game. So, man, and just owning a home is what's opened the doors, having the real assets. So get back to it. So when you're pulling their credit, is it free? I mean, what? So
No, I charge them for, once we start the process, I charge them a certain fee for the background and credit check. And the company that I go through online, they charge me a certain amount. So that payment covers the payment for, so I don't even have to pay for it out of my own pocket. The tenant does. Okay. Now, the ultimate qualifying factor of my system is my wife. Okay, I have to meet the whole family that's going to be living at the property along with my wife. She's there with me, and ultimately she's the one that tells me, you know what, I get a good vibe from them. Let's start the process. Or you know what, Ray, don't even give them a second look. I just don't feel their vibe. But that's how it goes.
Yeah, I like that. So
Instincts,
instincts.
A woman's
as well.
instincts is so powerful.
Amen to that. So you do have your on paper, your legit way. Okay, you get past this screening. Final screening is
My wife,
your wife's gut feeling.
the boss.
Hallelujah. Amen to that.